Yo, 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 yo. Episode 18, Pre-LLAMA Show. Me, Blackout AD, here with my co-host, Roman 2 Rizal. Brother,
What I
how you
do,
feeling,
shout.
man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Great for now.
Yeah.
Till the
You got,
Cowboys ruin my week again.
I was about to say you got one more day of peace.
Peace and happiness.
Fucking peace and quiet right now.
I just want them to stop making headlines. Like, I just want them to just play football, whether they win or lose. Just nobody talk about it. Don't even fuck.
I
Still
mean,
hashtag bench dad. I hope to see Trey Lance being started next week.
you think so?
I hope so. I mean, it's a tough call, but fuck it. I like
Kind of got to try something, right? Like,
something's got to give.
Yeah.
Something's got to give.
Yeah, man. Well, you can find out Gabe's hot takes. You can see how good or bad his weeks are going on Thursdays on the Sideline Podcast. Him, Tangeray 14, and Jay Birdie all do a weekly football show. So be sure to check that out, man, under the Blackout Network. But,
Sideline Podcast.
How'd you feel about, let's just get right into a topic. How'd you feel about the fights? You got to actually stream them, watch them.
I'm still sticking to my same take of they're not boxers. They're not.
Yeah.
It's just like in the main two that I watched was the KSI and Paul. And even in the Paul fight, right? Paul is teeing off like how he usually does, right?
Yeah.
And he's just throwing haymakers like back to back to back to back. Bro, any real boxer would have been able to absorb a couple of those punches and just connect it right with his chin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to get his space back. These dudes are running around the damn thing, hugging every 5 seconds. It's just not cool to watch.
I get it.
What really sells it is the drama they do in between. Because you notice like a lot of times in regular MMA and regular boxing, like some of them niggas they'll beef a little bit in like the build-up interviews and all that shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know what I'm saying, kind of just sell the fight, but then they'll shake hands afterwards. Like these niggas are doing a whole lot of like Instagram beefs, Twitter, going back and forth on Twitter, like all about the fight and shit like that. And it's just
that's the generation now, though. Like when you look at the landscape of things, and I've been obviously Drake's album released a couple weeks ago. I've been very keen on watching the internet, and somebody made a good point where they were like, yo, if Drake's feeding into the young generation, he's like, that's why he's clapping back at everybody that says something about his album, because those are getting the headlines more than even the album itself. Like that's what's driving promotion. Drake hasn't dropped a video. Drake hasn't done like the traditional music rollout with this album. He's done a lot of clapping back though, and that's kind of the same thing with this influencer boxing. I mean the biggest thing, and this is kind of my point in our group chat we had, there was a little discussion this weekend about like if the card was fire or not, and it was like, bro, the only thing I've heard about this card was Dylan Dennis talking shit about Logan's girl, posting pictures constantly. Dylan Dennis sold this fight. Nobody cared about KSI and Tommy Fury. Like let's keep it a buck. Like win or lose, KSI will fight whoever KSI fights next.
KSI went on to say that because the fact that if he would have won the fight, then they would have said it's a disrespect to the sport or some shit like that, something along those lines, whatever, and saying that it was rigged or some shit like that he won the fight, and
he's saying it's rigged now.
That's what I'm saying, but it's like when you think about it, either way, yes, because I think it's because Tommy Fury is supposed to be an actual boxer, right?
Yeah.
Like, if anything, if you were to win, that's more of a loss for Tommy Fury, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Like you let, an internet boxer beat you.
Yeah, but see, all right, when it comes to Jake Paul, KSI, even Logan to an extent.
Like Logan, for example, if Logan were to get in the ring with Canelo, you know what I'm saying? Any real boxer, bro, they will sleep him in the first round.
We got to stop making this argument, right? because they're fighting people that they feel they have a chance to win. They're not fighting the top of the top, nor is it Canelo going to give one of these guys a chance because they don't have the pedigree, right? We got to stop saying that because at the end of the day, this is its own thing. It's been years now where they're doing this boxing influencer thing. You know, like think about this whole card was made up of either they're semi-pro boxers or just influencers or rappers or whatever. They're entrepreneurs
They're
who are boxers.
below semi-pro. So
No, of course.
when
But
to
I'm
put it
talking
into
about there's some
retrospect is that it's so mid because it's not at the peak level. It's just a bunch of internet niggas
no, yeah. Bro, if this was a
trolling on the
if this
internet
was a
and
card, it
selling
would be
boxing
some
matches. It's not, to me, it's not a real like for example, I watch like regular boxing. I'll watch like bigger names. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm just not that into boxing, but I'd much rather watch that than watch these internet boxers because the skill isn't there. Like there could be a dude that not even a big name, and I'll see him like earlier on either the prelims or coming up to the main event, and there'll be like sleepers in there, whatever. But they're real boxers. They have actual skill and talent. Like, don't get me wrong. So does the internet boxers for being able to pick up the sport. But I
No,
mean, if money wasn't an issue to everybody, everybody could do boxing. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know
They
about
they
everybody, but you can
they
train.
have exactly, they have the money and resources to go get a high level sports trainer, you know what I'm saying, to do a whole camp with them.
Yeah. I mean, again, there I don't
If
know.
anything, they have it better than other people that are on the come up, niggas that have to pay out of their own pocket for trainers and shit like that. Go pay for the time at the gym, you know what I'm saying, to do a whole camp and shit like that.
Yeah,
These
but
niggas just have the money, so they could go ahead and like do what they're doing now is building their own platform.
yeah. Well, like I said, we got to stop like trying to compare it to it's not boxing. They're not boxers. Yeah, Jake Paul, KSI, Logan, they're athletes. They're very good athletes and you got to give it to them. And they have the money, the resources, and they're dedicating a lot of time to it. But it's way different when you're watching an undercard of guys that are hungry, that want it, that they're fighting to survive. They're not fighting to make money or get their name out there or get their clout up. But that's what all this is, right? Now, I'm just kind of disappointed in the Dylan Dennis Logan fight because it built up so well that it's like you want to see a good fight out of it, right? Like you want to be like, wow, they fucking went to war, but they did not. Logan just I mean, Dylan's plan was to tire Logan out, but I think he was trying to troll too much when he was trying to like choke him out, take him down. He was doing too much of that shit instead of like, bro, just fucking box the kid, right? Like,
Yeah.
what's the worst gonna happen? You're gonna lose the fight
I think
regardless.
he got frustrated because he's not a boxer. He's obviously a jiu-jitsu, you know what I'm saying, or an MMA fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's his background. So he's mid-fight. Fuck it. I'm already getting spanked right now because he's just beating me on paper. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the shit was a bunch of grabbing or whatever. And then, like I said, there was just one time where Paul just started to like tee off on him. When it that just goes to show again, and it's not to belittle them or compare, but it's just real facts of like that's like you know what I'm saying, like these a football player or maybe even another internet person, you know what I'm saying, they let's say they make another baseball league, you know what I'm saying, and it's little stuff like that, like an actual MLB player would have not made a mistake like that, you know what I'm saying. So to
yeah,
me it's
but
not as competitive,
we can't
it's not
compare.
as entertaining.
Yeah, but we gotta stop. You gotta stop comparing it to boxing. It's not boxing, bro.
It's
This is a
not.
whole different sport. Yeah, but you can't keep like no shit. You can't keep saying it. We know it's not boxing. They're not skilled like that. Logan is 1-4 or whatever, 1-5. Like this is his first win in boxing. I'm pretty sure, or he beat KSI once or something. I don't even know to be honest, but he hasn't won. Bro, Dylan Dennis has the pedigree in terms of like being an MMA fighter. Where like I was watching his Bellator fight just last night and his striking looked decent. Of course, he wants to get it to the ground. He's a ground guy, but his striking wasn't that bad. So when they have the game plan of him tiring Logan out, I think that's when he needs to start attacking. He was more on the defensive side, and then again starts trolling. Whatever. The KSI fight, they were just hugging. Honestly, it looks bad for Tommy Fury that the fight was even that close.
Bro, play the clip from Bad Boys. A bunch of men hugging and kissing, real cold shit.
Yeah.
It was kind of, and to some might take up, it was just disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what we expect out
I'd
of
rather
these
watch
things.
WWE than watch that.
Yeah.
To me, it seemed like when Paul did his post fight interview, it seemed like if anything, he did that fight just so he could promo his fucking WWE fucking career.
Oh, that's all this is though. Like it's all promo. Think about it. It's a prime card.
Yeah.
It's all promo. That's all this is. It's for clout. Again, they're having fun. They're training, you know, they're preparing for a fight, but at the end of the day, this is a payday for everybody involved. This gets your name out there. You know, like the lower card people there. Like one guy gets knocked out, the Swarms guy, and Rob was like trying to big him up. Oh, he looks really good, whatever. And it's like, bro, he gets knocked out. It's like, I don't know if any of these guys are really good. I don't know if any of these guys besides like if Dylan Daniels wasn't talking about Logan's girl, we're not talking about this card, bro. We're not watching it. You know what I mean? Who gives a fuck? Literally, if it was KSI,
I think Tommy Fury, if anything, carried.
No, hell no, dude. He is terrible.
Tommy Fury?
Yes, dude.
No, because that was, I feel like from that community, you know what I'm saying, as far as internet boxers, whatever, if KSI would have beat Fury, the narrative would have been, well, now they're starting to beat real boxers. You don't agree?
No.
They wouldn't have took that path if KSI would have beat Fury?
Yeah, they would have took that path if Jake beat Fury. Remember, it was a close fight, and Jake knocked him down in the fight. He knocked him to his ass. So you got to remember, he fought Jake already, and he said it. He's like, I fought the best.
But he lost to Jake.
No, he didn't.
Jake didn't beat him.
That's what I'm saying. No, Jake lost.
That's
but it was a close fight. But he knocked him down. He put him on his ass. Like that already kind of hinders the boxing thing. And then when Tommy Fury's trying to sell a fight, he's like, well, I fought the best YouTube boxer there was, and I beat him. So you think I'm not going to beat you? And then you have such a close fight.
Isn't the championships in like real boxing like 12 rounds?
Yeah, they're not, bro. This is not real boxing.
I get it. I get it. It's not real boxing, but
what are you talking about? No,
it's not. How do I say? It's not professional boxing.
Oh, yes.
Hold on. Let me. It's not professional boxing, but it's still boxing, as in the sport.
No, it's not. It's not still boxing.
As in the sport, technically, yes.
No, dude. This is the Special Olympics of boxing. Come on. This is not a sport. It's a whole separate. It's like, how do you say this?
If it's not a sport, then what is it?
Nigga, it's entertainment. This is entertainment. That's all it is.
Okay.
It's for us to talk shit, for them to sell product. This is a show. We watched a show.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Built. You know what I'm saying?
Them niggas is sponsored the hell out of fucking Prime.
Nigga, it's a Prime. The card was the Prime boxing match or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It was them. That's why it was Logan and KSI at the top. It's not that bad.
It's pretty mid.
It's not that bad.
For you to say not that bad, it's pretty mid.
No, because it's like,
if you're thirsty and you're stopping by the store, you're not thinking of Prime. I'm sorry.
No,
you might get a pack at the store if you're like grocery shopping and you got some extra bread.
I mean, I've gotten it on a drink, but probably not. I'm not like always gonna get it, but I've definitely been like, oh shit, they got Prime here. Let me grab one.
Yeah, I could never.
You probably never seen it. You think they're selling Prime in Jacksonville?
No, I've seen it, bro. No, Rob showed me mad times when me and him used to work there. They was like, bro, you gotta try this Prime shit.
It's not that good, but it isn't bad. It's not.
He said it's not that good.
it's
you
not
wouldn't
bad,
tell
though.
a friend.
No, I'll tell them off the novelty, like, yo, I tried the Prime, and it's all right. You know, I didn't throw it up or nothing.
You wouldn't start a conversation with that.
No, yo, the red, white, and blue Prime, bro, crazy. The Star Spangled Banner, no, I'm not doing that. But hey, man, I mean, the card was man. Yo, so next week, big fight card in Abu Dhabi. You heard? Have you been hearing what's going on?
No.
So Islam Makhachev, you know him, the Russian. He fought Volkanovski this year.
Yes.
So he was fighting Charles Oliveira, and Charles got cut last week on the eye, like a slice. Got
How?
stitches. Probably sparring. Got stitches, and they needed a substitute for the fight. So guess who they get? Volkanovski. We're getting Charles
Oh.
Volkanovski 2 this weekend. And it's on 10 days notice for Volkanovski. So in a weird way, there's zero pressure on Volkanovski.
Yeah, but
And,
Volkanovski's been training though, ain't it?
oh yeah,
Because
of course.
he just fought
Not too long ago. But yeah,
not too long
he's
ago.
also
Yeah.
been off. And he was supposed to fight like a little later down the line. He had a fight.
Volkanovski's never off, dude.
No, of course. But that's the thing. First time around, they were, he's moving up in weights, champ versus champ. It's crazy because going into the first fight, he was the underdog because it's Islam and Islam hasn't lost. But the fight ended with Volkanovski in the 5th round on top of Islam, right? Very close decision where, like, when you watch the reaction, Islam and his team go crazy because it was
anytime if Volk does lose, it's always a hard decision.
Oh yeah, he only lost to Islam in the last couple years. He's dominated. He's pound for pound number one. And that's another thing. Pound for pound number one versus pound for pound number two. We get the second fight in the same year. But
especially if I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, yeah.
But especially I feel like if Volk can make it past like round 3, if we're going to 5,
he's champions.
I feel like that's when he kind of like turns it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? He has that stamina to like round 4 or 5. He's like he just comes out of nowhere and he starts attacking, and before you know it, he just won the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, he puts a pace on people. But to my point, he was the underdog. The fight ends, and people are saying he could beat him. He was even saying like, I felt him already. You know what I mean? Like, I see what he can do. I think I'm sure I can beat this guy. So for him to take, and mind you, Islam is not a fucking easy task.
Hell no.
Right? So for him to take it on 10 days notice means to me, as a MMA fan, he is supremely confident. And it gives Volk the same kind of underdog, even though leaving the first fight, people weren't like, he's the underdog. He can't do it. They were like, he should have won that fight. He could have won that fight. Very close, blah, blah, blah. It kind of put Volk on the same thing. So if they were to fight again, they were to build a fight again, it'd be very more even. Maybe Islam's still ahead because he got the win, But now it kind of takes all that pressure that built up after the fight for Volk to be like, yo, I took it on 10 days notice. I'm fighting pound for pound number 2. Even though I'm pound for pound number 1, I'm fighting the number 2 guy on the list on 10 days notice. No pressure. And I
feel like it could go either way too, because at the same time, Islam, right, is his name?
Mm-hmm.
Islam is preparing for Oliveira. Now he's fighting, you know what I'm saying? Like their whole game plan has been based off of Oliveira up until now. And now in 10 days, now they have to start changing their game plan over to fight Volk.
Yeah. And they could have, all right, so Volk is very not set. He's very set on not holding up his division. So he was trying to get a fight for the division. And I think he did this year because it's going to be his 3rd fight, right? So there was an opportunity for Islam to pick Volk again and fight Volk again because that was guaranteed, like, that's in the cards. They're going to fight again. But Volk kind of went the other route and went to Charles and picked Charles over Volk. You know what I mean? So to me, there's like a lot of things leaning towards Volk becoming champ next weekend. Honestly, obviously, we'll get more into breakdown. We'll see how shit progresses this week during fight week. Again, they're in Abu Dhabi, whatever.
But you think once Volk and Islam fight again, and you think whoever just wins that is gonna fight Oliveira, or do you think they're gonna take to 3, and then fight Oliveira?
No, I mean, if let's say Islam, I think if Volk wins, he goes back down. He guaranteed he goes back down. Fights so the division doesn't get held up. He fights for that, and then he fights for the belt again. So he might get Oliveira on the next go around unless somebody, because Oliveira gets the chance. Oliveira gets the chance. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
big enough star. He should be in this fight. He got cut. It was a freak accident. It wasn't like he missed weight or some dumb shit. You know, he
Yeah.
got cut.
Didn't have a cocaine weekend.
Yeah, and so he's gonna get the fight again. But I do see if Volk wins, Islam is gonna try to fight Volk again, and that's another thing. Islam might get the belt, the fight again. You know, like they might do that, but I think they'll give it to Charles. Now, another interesting thing that happened on the card. This guy named Chimaev. He's he's a monster, dude. They project him to be a champion eventually. He moves up to 185, and he was fighting Paulo Costa. I think you've seen him fight before. He fought Izzy.
He just fought. Was it?
He not recently,
I
but
thought it was John
he fought,
Jones.
no. Different weights. Paulo Costa gets
He's a Brazilian dude, ain't it?
Yeah. Izzy humped him after he beat him.
No.
Yeah. But anyways, so Chimaev is he was at 170, but kept missing weight, so they moved him to 185. He was gonna fight Paulo Costa. And again, they project Chimaev. Chimaev's a stud. Now, Costa gets surgery randomly last week. Yeah, this is the co-main. He gets surgery last week, like some shit happened. I think he got hurt in training, has to get immediate surgery. So he's out of the fight. Do you know who they put in this fight? Mind you, this is next weekend. This is all on 10 days notice. It literally happened. Volkanovski got announced, and then this fight got announced the next day. They put Kamaru Usman against this guy. So Kamaru goes up to 185 and is fighting Chimaev, who's a stud. And if Kamaru wins, he might get a fight for the 185
but Usman
belt.
hasn't got his belt back though, no?
No, he's done. He's out. He lost to Leon twice. Unless Leon loses the belt to Colby Covington at the end of the year, and even then, that's the fight to make.
Isn't Sterling in that weight class too?
Hell no. Sterling's in 145. I mean, not 145, 135. This is 185.
I want to see.
This is Izzy's weight class. So Sean Strickland's the champion right now. So if Chimaev loses to Usman, we possibly see Strickland versus Mr. Usman for a championship.
Who's are they talking about a fight with Sean yet?
Not yet. So Izzy announced he's taking a break, so that's off the table. So Izzy's not fighting for a while. So that's off.
I don't know, like ever since that Sean kind of clapped back at Sterling, because I was a fan of both until that fight, and then like now that like Sean has like made it known like he doesn't want to rematch Sterling, to me is kind of pussy.
Oh, you talking about O'Malley?
Yeah.
Oh, different Sean, but O'Malley that's different though, because he wants to fight Chito Vera, because that's just a bigger fight. Because on Sean's record, Sean has lost to Vera, but Sean got hurt in the fight, so Sean uses it as like, oh yeah, I didn't lose. You know what I mean? But he did lose. He has it on his record, so that kind of sells it like a little bit more than Sterling. But also Sterling doesn't get the fight because he was very much so, I'm moving up after this fight no matter what. And another thing that hurts Sterling is his teammate is number 2 on the list, but wouldn't fight Aljo because of what do you call it? Just because they're teammates. He wouldn't fight him. Yeah. So now he gets a shot because Sean's the champion. So now it's kind of like we got to give him a shot too. He deserves it. He wasn't fighting because of you. But now, again, he gets pushed back because of that as well. It kind of hurts him as well because, UFC wants them to be like, yo, fight whoever, whenever type shit. I don't give a fuck if your teammates. Like, you guys want to be champion, you got to beat your teammate to be a champion. So I think he gets the next fight. So it's like, if Aljo doesn't move up, which he should, but if he doesn't move up, he's not fighting for the belt in next couple fights for sure. No matter what. Even though he was a dominant champion. Had it, almost broke the record for holding the belt long. Like, UFC's in a good spot though, I think, especially like to round out the year. Next year is gonna be a fucking great card. I mean, next weekend it's gonna be a great card. with the addition of Usman and Volkanovski, and whatever. Anything else you seen this week you want to talk, bro? We're pulling up on the 7:30.
I
So
finally finished the first episode
of Loki.
Loki.
Jesus, episode 2's out already, dude.
I know.
How'd you like it?
I've been meaning to watch. I'm probably gonna watch episode 2 tonight. But I'm getting kind of confused a little bit
Why?
with the way they're kind of taking this whole, like, pretty much where they picked up from the story. And the grand, I just finished episode 1.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like I'm not really seeing how to explain. Like all that suspense I had from the season finale with getting like just episode 1, I'm still kind of eager to watch the next episode just because episode 1 was like almost seemed like a filler.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of crazy, but it's the season. It kind of puts you back in the how you say it kind of puts you back in like the story. It like immerses you back into what Loki was, and that's what I was trying to say last week. Like it felt like or at least on the Big Llama show, it felt like it captivated me back into the story because it was a long time since season 1, almost 2 years, I think. So it's like it's gonna take. I think it's hard because like you like these week. I like the week releases, but sometimes it's dope to binge shit.
Yeah, I understand that completely because now that I'm having to watch it like this because I'm already caught up, I appreciated how I watched it before a lot more because I was able to just watch through the whole thing because I was late on it. Like right up before Loki, before I started watching Loki, I went on Disney Plus and I watched all the Avengers in chronological order.
Yeah.
Like with all the little side movies and shit like that. So the last one to tie in, because it's supposedly tied in with the story, was Loki. So here I am now, and it's kind of like you said, like I just want to binge it. I'm much rather that. But then these niggas take 2 years to come out with another season.
Don't get me wrong, like appointment television is cool because it gives time for episodes to breathe. You can talk about it, especially when it's like a good show and you're invested. Like it's dope. But in terms of like these kind of story things, like I don't know, sometimes it's better to have multiple, even if it's like 2 episodes at a time, because then you get more of the story. But again, it takes them 2 years to do it, so I see why they give it to us how they do.
I feel like also too, if they feel like the episodes are taking a wrong turn or something like that, or there's some type of misinterpretation from people talking about it on a week-to-week basis, that they can go episodes ahead and maybe tweak them a little bit.
Nah, they don't do that.
You don't think so?
Hell no. Unless they have multiple endings, or probably not, bro. Because think about it, they have to film what they're filming ahead of time so they can edit it. They're editing all these shits. So yeah, I doubt they go in and change things. Now, like what they did do, so Daredevil. I don't know if you ever watched the Netflix Daredevil. Have you? Yo, really, really fucking good show. Really fucking good show.
But that's DC though, no?
No.
Daredevil?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did just make a cameo, like
On She-Hulk.
Yeah.
But with that, right? Like they hired the same main guy from the Netflix series, the same main bad guy, a couple people around them. Like they pretty much are bringing that show to Disney Plus, and obviously he made the cameo. He was kind of a different character a little bit the way they wrote it, because obviously it's Disney, and the Netflix series was very dark in comparison. So they're trying to like balance it where it's still kind of dark, like it gritty, but also a Disney feel to it. Anyways, they had started recording. They said they were like there was supposed to be 18 episodes, and they were like a quarter way of filming. They scrapped everything.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're redoing everything. They're rewriting the script. They didn't like the direction the show was going. They're keeping the characters. Obviously, they fired, I think, like a screenwriter or some shit like that, or a showrunner. Roman's awake. Wow, hilarious. But that shows that's where they kind of like, all right, we don't like where this is going. We don't, obviously a couple of these shows kind of bombed in terms of like the shows they've had. So it's like, yo, what we gotta let's hit
Yeah, a
the
lot. I feel like
restart.
a lot of these spin-offs are hit or miss too.
Yeah, some of them are good, some of them are not. I mean, Secret Invasion was supposed to be a big storyline, and nobody's talking about that shit. So again, it kind of gives Disney the ability to be like, yo, let's hit the reset. Let's see where we take this show and what our direction is going forward. Now, with Loki, again, it was already tapped into what their plans were before. And remember, Jonathan Majors still kind of going through that legal shit. So it's like, that's, even though it seems like they're continuing with that storyline, that's still kind of maybe up in the air, depending on how, like, if there's enough backlash, they'll have to change him, right? And that ruins all their plans for the next couple of years. So I think with this Daredevil thing, they're gonna give us kind of that. Let's see. Let's try to re-encapsulate that Marvel magic. Plus, everybody, I mean, Llama speaks about it every fucking week on the Llama show, but about how like Marvel fatigue. It's like we've been marveled out for a long time. So it's like they don't hit the same like they did before. So I don't know, man. But it's getting to that time. We got to cut it tiny bit short today because we got the Big Llama show. We were gaming earlier. Tell them where to find you, bro.
You can find me on YouTube at Roman2 Raw, Twitch XX Roman2 Raw XX. I'm trying to balance it out a little bit better. I've been straight gassed out, bro, for like the last 3 weeks. Pretty much ever since I started this job. Yo, shout out Dragon Queen. But yeah, just finding a balance. And like yesterday, I streamed for like maybe like 5-6 hours, something like that.
Yeah. You just gotta do it when you can, man. And when you're gaming, it's not like you don't game daily, you know. So
Yeah, but I was hitting. I'm not gonna lie. Like I played pretty decent today and this weekend, but like I want to say for like the last 2 weekends in a row. Anytime the Cowboys play on a Sunday, it's just not a good time for me.
I keep telling you fucking guys this, but Sundays you gotta watch the games on stream. That's the best way to grow sideline, obviously, because again, it's a great show. You guys are doing really well on it. And I don't know, I feel like with the entrance of like NFL talk, it's made our conversations a little bit more, like, especially with like you, Tang, and Bird. Because now it feels like every day we talk about football, no matter what. Because it's like we gotta, even me, not knowing shit at the start of the season, I know way more now about football because of it. So
Yeah.
I feel like watching that can be a good thing. And even if they're having a good or bad game, your reactions, you can actually talk through things about what's going on in the game. I don't know. Because I hate when the Cowboys are playing, we're playing 2K, and Dak throws an interception. It's like, you shoot a brick,
Yeah.
like,
Or 3.
or 3. Today we were playing well, though, I
Consecutively.
gotta say. Today, I gotta say, we played very well. But
Yeah, man, I'm starting to get my badges
yeah.
coming together, and then I'm gonna start working on my rebirth.
Yes, sir. I got 2 builds in the tuck waiting to be released. But the thing is, I also really enjoy my guy now because now I'm starting to hit
Yeah,
sauce. So it's like,
because like I don't know how to explain it. Like I was like that on the last one too, because I mean, granted, we only played it to get over the hump until the new 2K came out, but like I could have made another build, but like I didn't really want to. And really, the build I have, it matches my playstyle so much.
yeah.
If I can get like the acrobat badge, oh my god, it's over for these
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. Also, chemistry is getting better too, the way we're playing. So, I don't know. But let's end it because the Big Llama show starts at 10 p.m. Eastern. Don't fucking miss it out. All right? Don't miss it out. We're streaming
every Sunday.
every Sunday. Every Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Most consistent show besides sideline on Roman 2 Raw's YouTube channel.
Every Thursday.
Yeah, and
8 p.m.
You can find
Eastern.
me streaming shenanigans throughout the week. I've been going crazy with the streams lately. To be honest, I've been streaming daily almost. So we're back on the grind, man.
We gotta make it a point though, like to go back and get some clippies out of there. We've been doing like lately. We're gonna have some funny shit.
Yeah, there has been. We just forget. I don't know. We're getting back. To me, it feels like we're getting back, or at least I'm getting back in the making like streaming all day or every day, and then also now with the help of this shows, like it's like I'm making content daily. It feels like. So yeah, you're right. We got to do better at getting. That's how we get eyes on the shit. Anyways, Pre-LLAMA Show episode 18 AD Roman 2 Raw. We out here. Peace.